Hello everybody and welcome back to the NASCAR Heat 5 Career Mode Series. We are back here at Darlington ready to begin the playoffs, but first, breaking news. AJ Smith will join Richard Petty Motorsports through 2021. The Australian Cup Series driver will move from the 00 to the 43 in 2021, and I will accompany Eric Jones as we will complete the two-car lineup for RPM. Jones will drive the number 44, I will get the number 43. This is what I said in the interview. I'm so excited to be a part of Richie Petty Motorsports. While I did not get to watch him on TV, I know he is one of the greatest of all time, and I hope to bring the number 43 back to victory lane. This is a step up in equipment for AJ Smith as he strives to get his first win and breakthrough to make the playoffs in 2021. Of course, we can also get our first win in this 00, but we'll see how that goes. Anyway, with that bit of news, we finished qualifying here at Darlington to get 23rd position in the 7500. So, very, very good time for us, actually. I was quite confident. I was very excited because we have that 10% momentum boost, and I really felt like we would have a good run today, like we had a good run at Darlington. Anyway, so on the pole today, we have Kyle Busch, as you saw there, and yeah, the 7500, this is the throwback race, so it is going to be a good one. Seeing all these really cool throwback paint schemes. I did not have one for this race, unfortunately. But yeah, Joey Logano is going to start at the back as well as Brendan Gaughan, which means we will move up to the 22nd place position to start the race. We are ready to go playoff racing here at Darlington as we are green flag racing in the Southern 500. Let's go and do what we can because we are not in the playoffs, so we're just racing for wins at this point, and maybe we can try and get a top 20 in points. We have our new ride for next season confirmed. We will move from the 3-star Cup Series car of the 00 to the 4-star number 43 car for Richard Petty Motorsports, so that is such a honor to drive the number 43 for Richard Petty Motorsports, and we are on a 1-year deal so far, so depending on how we go, we could see ourselves at the number 43 for multiple years, or we could find ourselves in a better ride in coming years. We'll have to see how we go. It's going to have to depend on our season and other drivers' season as we get into William Byron there on accident, but we have completed lap 1 of stage 1 now in lap 2, and we have already moved up from 22nd. Already battling Kurt Busch for 17th. I'm actually going to get that spot now as we look to the inside of Daniel Suarez in that RS Toyota. And we're actually going to get past him. And we look to the inside of Newman and David Reagan. We're actually going to get past both of them as well. And like you saw in the thumbnail, this 10% momentum boost felt more like a 90% momentum boost. This was just crazy how fast we were and how much more competitive we were as we catch Bubba Wallace in pretty much one corner. And that is the car we will be replacing, the number 43. Obviously, we won't be driving the same paint schemes that Bubba did, but yeah, we get past him in the end, and we skip forward 4 laps here because we stayed in 13th place, and we actually have the caution come out here. So everyone finds themselves staying out here after this caution, and that actually would be for Bobby Carter. So unfortunately, he will be out of the race, finishing last place, and we restart here in P13 next to Tyler Reddick, the guy we are battling for 20th place in points right now. And yeah, getting a top 20 in points is pretty much my goal now because obviously we didn't make the playoffs. So let's just try and get ourselves in the top half of the field. It would be quite an achievement to do in this kind of car. And well, we're already having a really good race today, so hopefully we can get pretty much in that spot today just by getting a lot of points. Anyway, we still have stage 1 to go here. It was actually quite a long race. We had 14 laps in stage 1, 12 laps in stage 2, and we will end the race with about 16 laps in the final stage. So, yeah, quite a lengthy race here, the 7500, but it is a crown jewel race, so it is expected. As we now close in on Alex Bowman in that Jimmy Johnson tribute car, go to the inside here of him. And we try to get past him, but it's not going to quite happen down the backstretch. And we're going to send it into turn 3 and 4 here. We roll the bottom so well, and we clear him that easily. And now we are up into the top 10 here in stage 1, looking to get ourselves some stage points here in stage 1, which will be really, really awesome. And I don't know if you've seen or noticed yet, but in the bottom left, Jimmy Johnson has pretty much led from start to finish in this first stage. He has been the car to beat so far in that Richard Petty Dale Earnhardt collab scheme to honor the 7-time champions, of course, himself being one as well. As now we look to the inside of a Jimmy Johnson throwback of Chase Elliott, honoring the man who is retiring at the end of this season. He is still winless so far this season, Jimmy Johnson, but he is racing for his 8th championship. He is in the playoffs, and, well, winning stages right now will help him a ton to get those points and get himself up in competitive positions to win that title. As we get past Kyle Busch there, we are now in 8th place. So we now look to the outside of Clint Bowyer. It's not really doing. Is it? No, it's not going to happen. And now we've allowed Chase Elliott 2 out inside here. We scraped the wall a little bit. Not going to do any damage to the car, thankfully. But yeah, not on the final lap of stage number 1. And well, I'm very impressed with what we've brought to the track today because we've been very competitive so far. As you saw, we went from 22nd to 9th place, and we've been chilling up in the top 10 for the remainder of this stage. So, going to get some stage points, which will be very awesome as we hit the wall a little bit there, but of course did not do any damage, thankfully, as Jimmy Johnson comes across the line to win stage number 1. We find ourselves in the top 10 at Darlington, 9th place in stage 1. Very good result for us so far. As you can see, we have a bunch of playoff guys up in that top 10 right now, so we're competing with some of the best right now. Wow, guys, I don't know what kind of motor you put in this thing, but we are fast today. Wow, I am surprised. Don't make any changes to this car. This is the best it can be. I think we can get ourselves a top 10, maybe even a top 5 today. So as you can hear, AJ Smith is very confident and he believes in the car, which is always good to hear. The man who will be leaving this team at the end of this season, but you know, we have to progress in the career mode. It's just how it is, unfortunately, and obviously we are being held back by Starcom. But well, if we had maybe momentum boost for every race of the season, we could be, you know, winning races every year, every week. Sorry, but you know, we are competing today, and we're gonna make the most of what we can for our final races for Starcom. 10 races in the playoffs, 10 races with Starcom. It is going to be for us now. Unfortunately, we did not make it as we had that heartbreaking ending to the regular season, coming just short of Brad Keselowski winning the race. Anyway, stage 2 is underway. We've completed lap 1 of stage 2, and we are currently chilling in 9th place, which is where we've had our car be about the fastest it's been all day. So we actually chilled in 9th place for quite some time here, as you'll see me skip from lap 2 over to lap 8, and nothing really happened. We kind of just spread out. We weren't fast enough to catch up to the car in front, and we were fast enough to keep the cars behind us. But then we had an interesting caution here. This will mean that when the restart happens, we'll have only a couple laps left in the stage. So drivers that prioritize stage points went on and stayed out, like myself and Jimmy Johnson. But then you had drivers who wanted to have the better strategy to win the race. They came into pit road now to get themselves some fresh tires and split up the stages. Anyway, we are going to be going green flag racing with 2 laps to go in the stage. Jimmy Johnson leads the way, and we are currently 5th place right now. So we're in the top 5 in stage 2. And we're looking to get more here. We're getting to the inside of Kenseth, already clearing him pretty much for 5th place. And now looking to the inside of Clint Bowyer. We are fighting with the man who will be retiring from that number 14 team and joining the broadcast booth on Fox. But obviously we are part of the Big Dog broadcast here, so he will not be commentating, unfortunately, with us. Anyway, we come across to take the white flag, or the, what is it? Yeah, it is the white flag in stage 2. I thought it was like a white-green flag, but that's the green checkered I'm thinking of. Anyway, we will be collecting that flag at the end of this stage as we move to the inside of Kevin Harvick, but we don't have quite enough of a run to get the inside. I'm actually quite disappointed Harvick's throwback is not in the game because that is a very nice car. I will pick up a die cast when I go to America eventually. But anyway, Jimmy Johnson is going to come across turn 4 to win stage 2 and sweep the stages at Darlington in the Southern 500. The 7-time champion is looking too good to beat right now, looking for his first win of the season and to advance into the next round, the round of 12. However, we find ourselves in the situation where we came 4th in the stage, and now we have to come and get our service in pit road, and we actually gained 2 positions technically, even though we lost 12. but we gained 2 on the cars in front of us, and we find ourselves alongside Jimmy Johnson here. As you can see, that throwback is so nice. I want to get a die cast of that as well, because it is just so beautiful. Such a nice tribute to the 7-time champions. Anyway, we go to the outside here with Kevin Harvick to our inside, and we're trying to find our way to the bottom, but that hole is quickly filled by Joe Logano. So we get a little bit of a run. I get into the back of the driver in front. I can't really tell who that is right now. It is Ryan Blaney, sorry. I got a little bit mixed up with the throwbacks, as we're trying to find our way to the inside right now. The outside, of course, it is very tight, and we can't really, afford to get into anyone right now. I don't want to make any more rivals. Of course, Michael McDowell and Ricky Stennis Jr. are enough for me. I can tell you that right now. We are still battling Jimmy Johnson. We find ourselves boxed in here, and this is going to hurt ourselves and mostly Jimmy Johnson, because he's got the fastest car of on the racetrack, and he can't even get past the traffic to get back into the front and win the race. So we finally make a split move between Ross Chastain and Justin Haley. We find ourselves now in 13th, looking for 12th on Daniel Suarez, as we push Ryan Blaney here, trying to get him past Bubba Wallace. Now I'd like to bring your attention now to the bottom left once more, as Austin Dillon, of course, is in the lead, having a breakout season. He's got 2 wins on the year so far. Win at Talladega, and accompanied by a win at Michigan. So 2 big fast tracks, and well, we're at Darlington here. It's a different track, and Austin Dillon actually finding himself in the lead here, looking to get his 3rd win of the season, which obviously 2 is his career high so far. Can he get 3 in one season? Well, we skipped forward a few laps here from 38 to 41 as the caution comes out. And we have those drivers that stayed out coming to pit road. We had some of those drivers that came to pit road stay out. So it was a very interesting mix of strategy today that really screwed some drivers over and really benefited some drivers. Anyway, we go to the green flag here. We're going to have 5 laps to go as we come to the line here. The Southern 500 is dwindling down to its last lap here. And Austin Dillon is in the lead as he takes it off the restart here. Looking like the favorite to win this race here. But can he close the deal is the question, as we find ourselves in the top 10 and in a healthy position right now, 7th place. Very nice. We are following Ryan Blaney once again, and we try to not make contact with him. We get a little bit loose and hit Kenseth, and then we hit Blaney in the back. So I thought, you know what? I got Blaney loose there. I might just let the 10 car by of Aric Almirola, who managed to make the playoffs here. And news to you guys, but Aric Almirola actually got himself that 1-year extension with Stewart-Haas Racing, so he would drive the 10 car for 1 more year at least. As we get to the inside here, and I slide up and accidentally hit him. I thought he would go to the wall. That was a bad idea, because obviously he was going to drive in the middle of the straightaway instead. Anyway, we do get to the inside of Almirola here, trying to get past the man who has earned himself a new contract with his current team, and also former driver of the 43 car once upon a time. Anyway, we look to the inside of him. Can we finally complete the pass here? We get a little bit of a run coming off the corner, and yeah, we're going to get it, of course. We actually had so much of a run, I accidentally hit Kenseth there, so that was my bad as well. As you saw, Jimmy Johnson try to go to the outside of him, but we end up pushing Kenseth up to the outside, blocking Johnson, so he could not get past. And as you can see, we're not the only driver today who's got a 3-star car having a great run. Ty Dillon's up here in the top 5. So good on him. He's having a good run today, which is always cool to see, of a team that will be shutting down at the end of the season. Ty Dillon will move to the number 96, the Gaunt Brothers Racing Machine, the number 96 car that you see Daniel Suarez driving right now. Anyway, we get past Ty Dillon here, and now look to the inside of Chris Buescher, who is also having a very good run. We get past him, and as you can see, for the lead, William Byron has taken the lead here. We have taken the final lap here, so William Byron, he is also having a breakout season, getting his first career win earlier this year. I believe it was at Kansas. I might be wrong. I think it might have been Chicagoland, actually. I'm pretty sure it's Chicago. Could be on some crack, though. We don't know. We go into turn 3 and 4, and William Byron is going to win it here at Darlington in the Southern 500. And that Jimmy Johnson tribute scheme, he takes it. William Byron is a winner in the Cup Series once again. getting his second win of the season and advancing himself to the round of 12. We finished in 4th position, so a very good result for us today. And yeah, as you can see in the results, William Byron, Austin Dillon, Ryan Blaney, myself, Almirola, Boya, Johnson, Busher, Ty Dillon, and Matt Kenseth round out your top 10. So we go through the rest of the results here. You see Ross Chastain having a good run. Michael McDowell had a good run. I don't like seeing that, but, you know, good for him, I suppose. As you can see, Joey Logano, Martin Truex Jr., they struggled today. Kyle Busch down in 30th place after getting the pole, struggled today as well. Chase Elliott 31st, Brad Keselowski 33rd. Poor runs for them, so that is going to hurt their playoff runs. As you can see, David Reagan and Bobby Carter, your only DNFs for today. So we load out of Darlington to see the summary. We get 4th place and $300K in the bank. A very, very good result. And that means we keep our momentum. So that means we're going to keep on performing well. When we have that momentum, it's just like we have a whole new 5-star car, it seems. So yeah, a huge run today. We get 4th place in the Southern 500, so very nice. Next race will be at Richmond, but let's have a look at your updated point standings. So William Byron advances. Then you have Ryan Blaney, Martin Truex Jr., Denny Hamlin, Kevin Harvick, Jimmy Johnson, Austin Dillon, Clint Boyer, Brad Keselowski, Joey Logano, Aric Almirola, Ryan Newman, all above the cut line, followed by Alex Bowman, Kurt Busch, Chase Elliott, and Kyle Busch below the cut line. So very interesting there to see Kyle Busch and Chase Elliott struggling early on. The real-life Cup Series champion of 2020 is struggling, and, well, the defending champion in our world, Kyle Busch, is looking at a first-round exit right now. As you can see, we're catching up to Tyler Reddick to take in that top 20 spot here. So we go through the rest of the point standings. And yeah, we are catching him. So it would be really nice to finish in the top 20. As you can see, Timmy Hill now last in points with Joey Gase just above him. Brendan Gaughan extending that gap now with another good run for him. So next race will be at Richmond, the short track. We're going night racing on a Saturday night. It should be an interesting one. It should be full of events to occur. Well, thank you guys all for watching. I hope you enjoyed this race, and I'll see you next time.